start recording and then let people in for just a minute. So Dr. Crandall is going to record our call today in case anyone has colleagues or anyone who missed it today. And then we'll admit people here for the next minute or so. Thank you guys for carving out a little bit of time to meet and ask questions and all that. So we always love getting together with you guys and having these calls. So do you want to, Dr. Crandall, do you want to kick it off? Do you want me to kick it off? I know you've got some things that you were going to share, and we've got like a new little introduction.
You go for it, and then I'll admit people here.
Okay. So just welcome if you have not attended one of our Ask the Experts sessions before. We do these monthly, and it's just a great opportunity for you guys to come on and ask us questions and also to ask each other questions. And for the most part, these are not topically based necessarily. These are kind of ask us anything sessions. So these are great ways for you guys to just ask any questions that you've been that have been lingering, for you to hear other success stories from peers or hear barriers others have had and how they overcame them. I think that's always a great one too, because we all run into things, and so it's really good to hear how others overcame and were able to have success. So welcome. It looks like, gosh, we've got almost 30 people or so. But so we are recording this. We will share this out with everybody after the fact. But so I'm going to open the floor up. We have a couple of quick little introduction type announcements. I guess it's one little introduction. We have an introduction of a character, I guess, if you will. It's not a person introduction, but we want to introduce a new character. Dr. Crandall, do you want to pull him up on your screen?
I can
I'll keep admitting. I'll admit people.
Yeah, you keep admitting people.
I'll admit people, and you pull our new friend up on the screen that we want to introduce.
Okay. I mean, you can see him in my background, but I'll give you a better look at him.
On the small panel, I can't see him because I can just see small squares of everybody.
Okay. It might take me a second. Keep rolling. Why don't you talk about the discount?
Okay, so Dr. Crandall is working on digging up a picture to share with you all. We have a new, or not a new, because we haven't had one before. Bingo Size has a mascot now. His name is Lucky, and he is adorable, and we thought he would be so cute to introduce, and we haven't 100% decided how or when he'll get integrated into merchandise or curriculum or what that will exactly look like, but we're excited to show him. And we did post on our Facebook facilitators Facebook page this week a discount code that, since we're Lucky, wanted to welcome everyone with a discount for merchandise. So if you guys are not familiar with our e-commerce store, we have an e-commerce site now, and I will put that in the chat for you all. And we are offering, like I said, a discount on bands and shirts and prizes and all the things. So I'm going to share that link.
There he is.
Lucky.
So you'll start seeing him on more things as time goes by, but we wanted to, have a little fun. Bingo Size is meant to be fun, and so we thought Lucky would be fun, and so that's why we created him. So you'll see him in a lot more things as time goes by, but we wanted to officially introduce him to everybody today.
There's the store link in the chat.
Yeah. So you'll see him in more things as time goes by. I also wanted to, I think we talked about this last time we were together. We have taken a lot of time to really update all of the Bingo Size material templates. So all of that material that you guys have access to on the Bingo Size Facilitator dashboard, we wanted to really up our game and make it look much more professional and more user-friendly. So if you've been on the dashboard in the past week or so, you'll notice that all the new materials are there. So I'm going to share an example just to show you, if you haven't seen this yet, of this is from the fall prevention workshop specifically, but we've updated the nutrition, we've updated the exercise only. I'm working on the range of motion for those of you who may be using that. So you can see that the graphics are much better. We have a table of contents, pretty much the same information, just kind of put together much, much better than what we had before, with better graphics, more information for you at the beginning, in case you need a reminder of how things are set up. You'll notice that we have a nice little cheat sheet here that'll help you kind of understand pieces of the actual material in the session. And as you get into the session, you'll notice there's a little checklist to help you remember what materials you might need, what you need to do before the session begins. This is the beginning introduction that you're familiar with, just in a little bit different format. But what's really updated now is what the actual session looks like. So you'll notice that the session always starts with the bingo rolls, just as they always have. But that's always going to be denoted with this new little icon right here. So you'll see that, here's the start, the question, the falls prevention education. The question is presented, and then it's going to tell you how long to do the exercise. Same thing here as the exercise goes. Then it's going to tell you to roll 3 more times. Again, the exact same format as before. It just looks a little bit different. The really big, I think, useful thing for you is the QR codes. So I know many of you are familiar with QR codes. If you aren't, all you have to do is use your camera to take a snapshot of this, and this will take you to the actual YouTube video of that particular exercise. So, if you've got it printed out, got your phone there, you can just click that in case you need it. You don't have to use it, but it definitely is a quick way to get access to view that particular exercise video. And you can do that before the session, or of course you can do it during. It's completely up to you. So that's what that looks like. The take-home cards have been updated. The materials that you print out for your participants has been updated. Now, the really important thing to remember, I know a lot of you print these materials out ahead of time, is that I don't expect you to throw out materials you've already printed that are old and switch to this. Don't do that, because the information itself is not significantly different enough to justify that. I suggest that as time goes by, and you're ready to start printing some new things, then you print these and get rid of your old stuff. Okay, if that makes sense. But don't spend a lot of money printing these when you have the old ones right now, because they're fine. They're fine. Any questions about that? Okay. Everybody know where to find all these. These are all on the dashboard, and you can download them and print them out right from there. Okay.
And I threw the discount code that Lucky is offering in the chat. So you all should have the online store now and the information for the discount code in the chat.
One other announcement, and I think we mentioned this last time too, but some of you may have missed this. If you go into the training, and for those of you who've already completed training, which are probably all of you, you won't see the update. But the update says that the pre and post assessments are no longer mandatory. Okay, they're no longer mandatory. We would love for you to keep doing it. Okay, so we humbly request that you continue to do it, and you continue to send that data to us. However, we're not going to burden those who don't necessarily need that data if they don't want to do it. Okay, because I know sometimes that's an issue, because nobody really likes doing the pre and post assessments, right? I know that. But from a research standpoint, for us, it's helpful, but we're not going to make it mandatory any longer. So it's completely up to you if you do it. Okay. Questions there? Anybody? Awesome. Oh, got a hand up.
Catherine, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering, where do we submit the pre and post evaluations? How can we send those in to you?
Very simple. Just email them to me. Just
Okay.
email them to me. Yep. I'll put my email in the chat, and you can do it that way. Very, very simple.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Dr. Crandall, this might be a good time to insert the new completion rate too.
Yes, yes, yes. So we've changed the completion percentage for those of you to qualify for completion of the workshop. It's now 70%. So 70% versus 80%. We think that that was justifiable. We know some people had issues with the 80%, so we went ahead and went to 70%, which is more in line with some of the other evidence-based programs.
So on a schedule for the 20 sessions, so now you're looking at your participants only need to complete 14 or more of the 20 sessions. So hopefully that better accommodates vacations and doctor's appointments, and hopefully that will encourage them to be willing to commit and help with some of that. We had heard some feedback that, people sometimes were hesitant to commit, and we obviously don't want that. So that felt, like Dr. Crandall said, more in line and maybe more accommodating and hopefully more apt to get people excited.
Right. I think that's all of our announcements for now. So we'll open it up for questions.
Feel free to unmute and ask questions. That works fine. And then if we have an issue, we can always raise hands and put it in the chat, but we're okay with people just unmuting and asking questions.
I do have one more announcement. If you didn't see my email about if you want access to the Universal Wellness Workshop, which is a 6-week workshop, and it was designed for people with disabilities. It was designed to be more intergenerational. Okay, so we've used it quite a bit with like Special Olympics. We've used it with some groups with Easter seals. It would be very appropriate for adult daycare. It is available. And most of you, if you are newer, you had automatic access to it. But if you go to your dashboard and you don't see a folder that says Universal Wellness and you want to use it, just email me. But before you do, check your dashboard to see if you already have access to it, because it's likely you already do. But if not, let me know and I'll give you access to where you can start using it.
Dr. Crandall, there was a question that popped up in the chat, and it was a really good question that you and I actually haven't talked about. So I'm going to let you answer it on the fly here. Janine asked about, now that we're doing 70% completion, which means they only have to complete 14 of the 20 sessions, would it be permissible to allow people to join during that second week now, since they're, more misses, they can miss more sessions essentially? We hadn't talked about that yet.
Why don't you let me think about that? So I don't want to do a quick answer right now. Okay. I will let you know. I will let you know.
And then Holly threw a question in the chat about collecting data. With any tips or tricks for collecting the data, assessment data for those who have like cognitive impairments? Any insight from some of the stuff that you and Dr. Shake have done? Because you guys have obviously.
Well, a lot of our data, we had a minimum cognitive score.
You weeded people out.
Yeah, we had a minimum cognitive score. I will tell you, though, that the Universal Wellness Workshop was designed by experts in disability at the University of Kentucky. And when we did the pre-post assessments, we designed those for people with cognitive impairment, with intellectual disabilities. And there are more like Likert scale type questions. So we used like smiley faces and frowny faces and, things like that they could better understand. So the pre and post assessments for those are designed specifically. The others aren't, but you could always, tweak those if you wanted and do something similar to that. Other than that, I don't have any real recommendations. A lot of those questions are going to be more related to things that people learn over time, especially like the nutrition education workshop. That's one reason we don't really recommend using that with people with, severe cognitive impairment. Yeah, but that's all I've got for you right now.
Looks like Jennifer's got her hand up.
So I work for a housing authority in Kentucky, and we're only open like Monday through Thursday. And we have a lot of programs going on, and one of them we do serve our senior. We have a senior community center, and I don't know if it's possible instead of doing 2 sessions a week, if we can do 1.
Yeah, that's a very common question, and I always answer the same way. Number one, if you change the program, it's no longer an evidence-based program as it was designed. So when it was evidence-based and approved by the National Council on Aging, it was designed to be done twice a week for 10 weeks. Okay, so that's number one. So if you start changing it, I can no longer say that it is now an evidence-based program. So if you do, it's going to be up to you to make the decision, do you want to do it that way? Then I go to my other response is, well, I would much rather someone do it once a week than none. But I can't say that it's evidence-based if you're doing it once a week. I think only under circumstances where it's absolutely impossible to do it two times a week that I would even think about doing it once a week. So I'm not really answering yes or no. I'm saying, you're going to have to make a decision at that point. Make sense? Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So anybody else, like I said, feel free to just unmute and ask.
Hi, this is Lanita from the National Kidney Foundation. How you guys doing?
Doing good, Lanita. How are you?
Good. I just have a question because the participants actually caught it as I was teaching it. In section 10, question number 46 is different responses. So in our leader book, it says one thing, but in the participants' paper, it says another thing.
I'm sure it was somebody else caught that. Is it in the old? It's in the old program.
This is our first time doing it. So this was the only one that was out there for us to print off.
When did you print that off?
Oh God, Christine, when we started this
probably
year,
a few months ago. It was probably earlier in the spring. So
you
updated
have
one,
the old one.
The updated one should have that fixed, Lanita.
Okay. I just told my great.
Yeah. If for some reason it's not, let us know. But I'm pretty sure we had that same issue and we fixed it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yep.
Anybody else? Go for it. I don't see anything in the chat, so the floor is yours.
Anybody else? Questions?
Anybody have any success stories they want to share, or any just stories with, stories of encouragement to share with peers? I feel like those are always helpful. I have a success story. I'll just share real quick about, we've got a gal in Ohio who has a 100-year-old participant who just started doing bingo size and is loving it. And she sent us some pictures, and we plan to put a social media post together about that. And so hopefully you all are having similar experiences of people who are, fighting the odds and enjoying bingo size, and they can be your mascots or your spokespeople too.
I know one of the things that we get asked a lot is, about recruitment and, tips for recruiting participants. So does anybody have anything they'd like to share there? I know that would be helpful for some of our new folks. Anyone? Well, I can throw out a few that I know are successful. Some of the things I mentioned in the training, but giving introductory sessions to bingo size for folks who haven't necessarily committed to the 10-week workshop is a good way to recruit people. Because a lot of times people are hesitant to commit, for that. It's a commitment. People don't like to commit unless they really understand what they're getting into. And so giving a little taste of it is a good way to show them how fun it is. And that it is not impossible to do. They can do the exercises, they can participate, they can have fun. So that's a good way to get people to sign up for your 10-week workshop. I see we got Facebook page. Yeah, that's a great. We have a Facebook page. Social media, obviously, to advertise your sessions is a good way to do it. Somebody else have a question?
I was trying to find our actual Facebook facilitator page graphic and upload that into the chat, but I'm working on that. We do have a Facebook facilitator. We have 2 Facebook pages. We have a bingo size Facebook page where you can tag us in posts and things like that. We just ask that you guys make sure to adhere to the branding guidelines and the style guide, and I can upload that here as well. But then we also have a facilitator Facebook page where you guys can join, and then that's kind of like an ongoing Ask the Experts session in a sense, because you can ask each other questions, ask us questions. And so I don't know, Dr. Crandall, if you could potentially access that graphic.
Yeah, I'm gonna show them the dashboard, and so that they show them where they can get to that.
Okay, awesome. And then Priscilla looks like she has a question. So while he's looking, Priscilla, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. So my question is, I'm a new facilitator. I just started my first session last week. So I did a session number 0 to collect all the data, and then I'm doing twice a week, and then Mondays and Fridays. And Friday was my first. It was the first actual date to play bingo size and everything. And then new people, we started just picking on our room, and then they saw other people playing, and they are wondering if they can participate. Now we did a massive how can I say advertisement all around the county, but sometimes they were just a little skeptical at first about the exercises, but I think they see now that they can do it. And so I wasn't sure about, someone asked if they could join in the second week. So that's something that I was gonna ask too. And then, yeah, I have 2 questions. That was one of them.
Well, and I'm going to think about this before giving 100% positive answer. But as I'm thinking about it now, if we're not going to be requiring the pre-post data, that rule really was meant for the data, right? Mm-hmm. Because if you're doing a pre-test, you don't want somebody starting 2-3 weeks into the program and then doing the post-test, and you're not gonna see the differences. So I'm leaning towards, hey, it will probably be okay for them to kind of jump in, especially if you're not going to collect any data. If your organization requires you to collect data, which I know some do, some it's mandatory, they have to collect it whether I do or not. That would be different. Then you probably do need to make sure that you have some kind of a cutoff for them to actually join. But again, I want to think about it for a snap judgment, but I'm leaning more towards allowing that, but let me think about it.
Okay. And my other question was, so I need someone to do my fidelity monitoring. And I was wondering if we had another person that used to do bingo size, but she's retired now. She retired last year in December. So she, of course, she's not doing bingo size anymore. And can she do it for me? Yep. Even though she's not in the organization anymore, but she's a volunteer.
Yep, she's actually one of the, like the first level, first option, because she's done bingo size before and she's been certified. So yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Is that it? Other questions? Okay. So this is the dashboard. Hopefully everybody has seen this before. And as you know, if you're just going to use the old fashioned traditional delivery, you would click here and all you needed to get your materials, right? So here are the workshop materials. Don't pay attention to this one. I'm seeing everything. There's a universal wellness that I mentioned. If you don't see that, let me know. And if you want it, I'm going to go back to, if you're using the web-based game, right? There's the materials. So you're good there. If you go to the training right here, this will take you directly to the absorb training that all of you completed already, right? And if you are there, and you can get to it through the dashboard like I just did, or you can go back directly using the link that you had, from the initial training. And if you scroll right down here, here are links to each of the main sources of additional information. So this gets you right back to the dashboard where we just were.
Your screen didn't change. We're still seeing the dashboard when you
Sorry.
changed.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It just didn't follow you.
I hate that.
I know.
Okay, so when I clicked that training from the dashboard, it took me directly back to the absorb training that you have seen before. And if you scroll down here to the bottom, these are the three main links that you have access to, right? So this gets you back to the dashboard. This is that Facebook page that Christine was mentioning, and hopefully this will show up. See it? Okay, so there it is. And so if you go here, hopefully, and you have to request to join. So it's only for you certified bingo size facilitators. And on here, you are allowed to share things. Okay, so as you can see, Jan shared some successes. Here's some of her folks with their certificates. We make announcements. Here's the announcement about Lucky. When people join, we like to welcome them. When there's things out in the media about bingo size, like this is from a podcast that I did that you could watch if you wanted to. And so there's a really great, Lauren shared a little clip that was made for her first bingo size session. So it's a really nice way to keep everybody connected. And if you've got questions, this is the perfect place to ask, other than here, if it's, between our sessions. Okay. So I talk about this in the training and really highly recommend you join this if you're on Facebook. I know some people aren't. So it's not a requirement.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Will you show them in the dashboard where that style guide is?
Yep.
So like if they want to do social media posts, they can make sure to follow the guidelines.
Yeah, let me show them this first. So
okay, perfect.
When the QR codes that are on the new templates, those videos, when that takes you to that video, it will basically be taking you to our facilitator resources page. It'll go directly to the actual exercise video, but it's all housed here. So this is a great place if you want to see all the exercise videos in one place. This is the place to do it. So you got all the exercise demonstration videos here. For those of you who are using the web-based game for the nutrition workshop, we have videos that go with that. So those are housed here. We also, for those of you who are using the range of motion workshop, and those will be people working in nursing homes almost exclusively. All of those are here as well. Okay. So let me go to the dashboard. Start presenting. Okay, so I'm back on the dashboard. So I'm going to materials. And so the style guide should be in each of the workshop folders. So let me see where I've got it here.
I think they're in marketing materials. Or addition, yeah. Or
There
maybe
it
it's yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
there it
Marketing.
is. Yeah, so you can find it in all of the workshop folders, and so it looks like this. Well, I'm not gonna be able to see that. Yeah, so basically this just tells you what you can and can't do with the logo and the colors and the fonts and all of that good stuff. So you know, I don't own Bingo Size, so we have some rules we have to follow from the owner to actually make sure that we follow those rules. So that's the reason that we provide this, to make sure that when you promote Bingo Size, which we want you to, please do, that you just have to kind of follow these rules. And they're real simple. It's just don't change the logo, don't cut size off of Bingo, don't do all those kind of things, don't change the colors. And if you don't do that, then everything else is pretty much okay. But if you've got a question about what you're going to do, just send it to us and we'll be happy to answer.
We might should add the actual logo to this folder for them, because I do get requests, people email us to ask for the logo so that they can use it, appropriately in their marketing. So maybe we'll add that to this folder. I think that would probably
I can do that. I can do that.
That would be an easy, helpful tool.
Yep. All right.
Any other questions?
Okay. Anything else we need to share, Christine?
I don't think so. And then obviously, if you all think of things outside of this, always just reach out to us. We answer emails pretty quickly on a regular basis. So just anytime you guys come up with something, throw it in the Facebook facilitator page or shoot us an email.
And please always let us know if there's something you think we can do better. We're always wanting to improve. And as that's why we improved the templates. And so we're always trying to do new stuff and keep things exciting. But if there's something we can do better, please let us know. If that's through our process, getting trained, or the training itself, anything that you think, we're always willing to listen to feedback. And you don't have to do it now. You can do it now. You can send us an email. You can do whatever.
In case any of you jumped on here late, we got Lucky, our new mascot, in our e-commerce website with a discount code in the chat. So be sure to hop on and check that out, or hop on that Facebook page and check that out too, in case you guys need any curriculum reinforcements that you can use as prizes, or any other items as well.
I would like to get some opinions while we're here, because we've got quite a few people. We are thinking about creating an actual Lucky mascot that will be made out of the same material that the stress balls are made out of. So they would be just about big enough to fit in your hand to be used as just like a stress ball. Is that something that you think your folks would be interested in?
Just type it in the chat, I think, probably. Like, if you think yes. If you think yes.
Created a poll, but yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Just throw it.
It just came to my head.
Just throw it in the chat for us. So far, lots of yeses.
Cool. Okay. Well, once we get
Someone said
kind
it
of
would also serve as a lucky charm. That's cute.
Oh, Janine, that's genius.
That was
Love
clever.
it. Love that. That's good. That's really good. Okay. Great. That's all I have. Anybody else have anything else?
If not, keep up the good work.
Absolutely. Let us know if there's anything you need. We appreciate all your support.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.